Hey everyone, welcome back to my video. If you're new here, my name is Haley. I am currently 32 weeks pregnant with our second baby girl, and we are naming her Gresset. Today's video is a sit down, just kind of sit and explain, and I'll pop up some pictures every now and then to show you what I'm putting on our registry for baby number 2. Now I know some people don't do a registry for baby number 2, and honestly I wasn't going to, but the only reason I did one was because people kept asking what we needed, so I wanted everything in a consolidated form so that they could go to it, they could see it if they wanted to purchase something, but I haven't shared it with people unless they've asked, and I haven't had a shower or made a big hoopla about here's what's on my registry, please buy me stuff. I also find it nice to be able to go on and purchase things monthly so that I'm not compiling and buying a whole bunch of baby stuff at one time. I can budget and buy little things as I want. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it. Now I do have a 2-year-old right now, so I had a previous baby registry on Amazon that things were purchased from and that I used, and so what I did is I just took that registry, took off what we didn't need, and added what we would need for this baby, and just use the same registry. So it is a registry that is on Amazon. It's available to anybody that has a link to it, so if they ask me I can share it with them, or I think you can search it if you wanted to, but I haven't shared the link out there into the public just because we are on our second baby. We are capable of buying things, but if people wanted to buy things for us, we're more than happy to take their generosity. A disclaimer on Amazon registries. Obviously, you can only get things that are from Amazon, so that alleviates some of the things that you cannot get. However, I don't feel like that's a big deal because the majority of the things we wanted were on Amazon anyway, and if we wanted them from another buyer, we could just ask separately for those or just get those separately for us. Also, a disclaimer, it is 8:30 on a Tuesday. I am a teacher. It is late, so excuse my appearance, but this is what we're working with today. And I wanted to get this video filmed for you so that I could have it up this week. And right now is the only time that I could film because I wanted to spend time with my family and I needed to put my baby girl down. She just went down for bed, so that is why I look this way, which I don't look terrible, but I don't look as fresh as I could have had I filmed this in the morning, which is never going to happen on a Tuesday in my life. So, moving on. When you have a Prime registry, you can basically add whatever you want on it. Can be baby items or not. They give you a guideline to what they suggest you add to it, or you can just add things that you know that you may need. They did this, which is new, which I think is very interesting with the Amazon registry, is you can pay towards a gift. So if somebody doesn't want to buy you an entire crib, but they want to pay $20, $30 towards a crib, they can do that, which is really cool for baby showers or Christmas gifts. This year for my daughter's second birthday, we did a Fiverr party. So we had people bring $5 in a card, and then we bought her a swing set. So everybody that brought towards that brought money towards that swing set instead of buying a gift. Some people brought more and some people brought $5, but we ended up having enough to buy her a really nice swing set, and that's what she got for her birthday. So we didn't have little bitty things here and there. Now some people bought her extra gifts, but we didn't have bukus of just stuff. We had one thing that we knew we wanted to get her, but we used that money to buy it. So this is a really awesome idea if you have a shower and you don't want a lot of things, especially if you're doing like a sprinkle and you just want things for your second baby and you need something really big like a second crib because your first baby is still in a crib. People can donate or give towards a larger gift, and then that way you can get that gift for multiple people. So very cool thing Amazon did there. And then people can give what they feel comfortable with as opposed to feeling like they have to spend a lot of money on a larger gift. The first thing I have on my registry are just a whole bunch of clothes. This baby has tons of clothes. I have a daughter. I'm having another daughter. We have tons of hand-me-downs, but there's certain things that you want for your newborn that you maybe don't have. My first daughter was born in August, so the seasons for her clothes are a little bit off. This baby is going to be due in December, so I wanted like a Christmas outfit or some really soft PJs. When Gray was born, who's my first daughter, when Gray was born, it was August and it was hot. So we put her in short sleeve onesies because it was hot. Well, this baby's going to be born in December, which is winter, so we're gonna need a lot of long sleeves. So the timing of things didn't work out where they can wear the exact same things all the time. So I did put some onesies that are long sleeve and comfortable, some cuter outfits for the holiday season since we're hitting December early, and so she'll be with us through all of Christmas, and then we have, you know, February with Valentine's Day. So I put a couple of those outfits on there, and I will link all of these things that I put down below. I didn't put a lot of things. There's a Burt's Bee pajama, a Hope and Henry layette cable knit sweater, which is so cute, a knitted shirt that she can put, or that we can put on with pants, and then a plaid romper that would be really cute for Christmas. Another thing that I put on that we did not have for Gray that I think would be good since I will have a toddler once Gresset is a little bit older is a walker. We didn't have a walker for Gray. We had one, but it didn't work very well. It was a hand-me-down, so we didn't use it very often, but a nice walker for her to use while Gray is running around, because I know she's going to want to move with our toddler and not just lay there all the time. So a walker I think would be great for a second baby, not so much for the first. Our first daughter didn't want to move very often, but we also had all the attention on her so we could move her around as we needed. This baby is going to be kind of fending for herself because she is a second child, and she's going to want to be with her sister. So I thought a walker, one very much like this. Again, I'm going to link all of these down below. I'm just showing you. The next thing that I put on the registry was a bathtub. Now we had 2 bathtubs for my daughter, and I didn't like either of them. We had a very large bathtub that you set outside of the bathtub and you fill it with water, or you could set it in the bathtub and fill it with water. It was supposed to save water, and we used it some, but it was such a hassle. It was such a hassle to clean. It was so big and bulky, and to store it after she was born was ridiculous. We also had one of those mesh, I'll put it up on the screen, or have to put it after this clip as I'm talking, but it was a mesh bather, which is great for traveling, but not so much for everyday use. So I put this Boone, or as she gets older and she can do a soaking bath. Our daughter takes baths, so they could just take baths together, and this would be a good way for her to join in the bathtub and a good way for mom to take a break. I have a few more baby sleepers. Onesies and footed onesies so that she can stay warm in the winter months. One thing I can show you, because I've already gotten it, Colton's aunt purchased it for us off of our registry, is this. Okay, so this is a baby lounger. It's very similar to the DockATot, but at a fraction of the price. So I found this on Amazon because I put in DockATot dupes. I did not want anybody to spend over $100 on something that she's not going to use for really that long. However, we are traveling in the upcoming weeks after she's born, and I wanted her to have something that we could travel with that doesn't take up a lot of room, but something that we could use at home so she's comfortable with it. So I found this baby lounger. It just says baby lounger, portable, super soft and breathable. It was $57. It's by the brand JH Ion. I was a little skeptical about putting it on there because it wasn't coming from a reputable brand, but it had tons of reviews. Sorry, it's 8:30 and I'm tired. It had tons of reviews and they were all pretty good. So it comes in lots of different patterns, and it comes with the insert middle one here, and then this tube on the outside, and then the cover, and you just assemble it all together. And then once they get too big, you untie this bottom part, and then their feet can hang out if they still want to use it that way. But I thought this would be a great way to be at people's houses, lounging around the house, put it on a counter, put it on the floor, and keep her in it and keep her comfortable and have something for her to sleep in. So that was something that I really wanted to have, and we did not have anything like that with Gray. We had a Pellow, so P-E-L-L-O-W, and it worked for a little bit, but then as soon as she got too big, she was kind of scrunched up in it and she couldn't lay down, and she didn't really care for it. She liked it when she got bigger and could sit in it, but for a couple months there, it was not being used. Then we put on the registry for a new bassinet. Now, we had a bassinet with Gray, and we used the Rock and Play Sleeper from Fisher-Price. If you aren't aware, they recalled all of them. So we didn't want to use that. Obviously, they recalled them for suffocation issues. So we used it with Gray, and it was perfectly fine. We had her swaddled at all times and in the Rock and Play, and thankfully didn't have any issues with it. So we used it, and we were going to use it again with Gresset. However, when it got recalled, we just didn't want to take the chance and didn't know that there had been issues with it. So we threw it out, and we and we put on a registry for the Halo Bassinet Sleepers. And the Halo Bassinet Sleeper was on the top of the list. So my mother-in-law was so nice to go ahead and get us that. We already have it. It's actually built behind the camera right now, so I can't pull it out because there's lights and all kinds of stuff. So you can see that it's the Halo Bassinet Glide Sleeper. It's in the style Mosaic. It just is a grayish pattern. I think it's going to be great for whenever she comes home and we can put her in it. And inside of it are the Halo Bassinet made baby's heads kind of flat because it's a very flat, thin mattress that's inside of it. So they have an insert that you can put inside of it to kind of help with their head. And it's just the newborn bassinet insert for the Halo Bassinet. So it goes with the bassinet. It just kind of slings in there so the baby can set in it until the baby is too big, and then you put them in the actual bassinet, or until they're rolling or anything like that. So we did put that on the registry, and that was already purchased by our babysitter. Thank you, Megan. I also put, so my daughter had a crib in her room, and we converted her to a toddler bed several months ago during the summer. So she kept the mattress, the crib mattress that was in the crib, in her toddler bed. So I had a crib to put in the nursery, but no mattress. So I put the mattress on the registry. Also just put sheets for the mattress from Amazon. So I put sheets for Gresset's crib on the registry too. Let's see, something else I put on the registry. Graylin sleeps with a white noise maker, so I needed to put another white noise machine on the baby's registry because we'll be using both of them, and Gray just can't sleep without hers, so I'm not going to take hers away. So we did put that on there. I put a night light that you tap on and off because we didn't have that with Graylin, and coming in and out would have been nice to have it tap on, tap off. I do plan on having a dresser here behind me right by the door, so when I come in to check on her, I can tap it on or off as I enter and leave the room without turning the overhead light on and completely waking her up. So we did get that, and our babysitter got that for us. Thank you, Megan. And I'll put a picture of what that looked like. Okay, the next thing I put on the registry was the Boppy Lounger. I actually have that too. Let me get it. So here's the Boppy Lounger. It was already purchased for us. It is different from the actual Boppy because they can actually lay in here and they don't fall through. We had a Boppy for Gray, and she never used it because she kept falling through it, and she didn't really fit in it, so I didn't see the point in it at all. So we got the Boppy Lounger for Gresset this time. I think it's going to work out a lot better. I've seen a lot of YouTubers and bloggers talk about it and how much they like it, so we got that. Really excited about that, being able to use that. We still have the Boppy, so I have the Boppy if I need to use it whenever she gets bigger and wants to sit up. But I think this is going to be great for traveling and taking with us and propping her up so she can see everybody, but still where she's laying down so she's comforted. We swaddled Graylin a lot, and so I put extra swaddles on there that are just in cuter fabric, so that's something else that I added, but we did have that for her. I put the Haka manual breast pump in the Registry. I heard a lot about this from a couple YouTubers, from Tara Henderson, and then Aaron Williams got one and really enjoyed it. So I think that it would be a great idea to have. So I exclusively pumped with Graylin. She was unable to breastfeed, so I pumped for 6 or 8 months. I think it was 8 months with her, and that was awful. I'm hoping this breastfeeding experience goes a little bit better. It may not. Whatever happens, we'll figure out what happens then. Afterwards, I haven't decided what I'll do if she doesn't latch and that doesn't work out for us. But the Haka breast pump is supposed to catch any of your letdown. So while you're feeding on one side, you put it on the other, or vice versa, or if you're pumping and you put it on the other, just to catch any extra letdown milk that you can store away. And it's a great way, they said, to get build up a storage while you're in the beginning of breastfeeding. So I did put that on the Registry. Another thing I put on the Registry was a double stroller. So we have a Graco stroller right now. Obviously it won't fit 2, and Gray is still too small to be walking around everywhere, especially if we go somewhere far away with lots of walking. So I put the Graco room for 2 stand and ride stroller, but it will fit the car seat that we already had for Gray. That car seat is not expired, so we're keeping her car seat, which is nice. We don't have to buy that, and it will go on the Graco room for 2 stroller. So a double stroller was something we definitely need, and it went on the Registry. We also put on the Registry a new nursery camera. New nursery camera. What is that called? I guess it's a nursery camera, right? A video monitor? A baby monitor? Baby monitor. A new baby monitor. So the one we have right now, the screen is broken, and you have to be very careful with the plug. I will link it down below and tell you not to get it because it is absolutely awful. I would not recommend it, but they are expensive and we haven't bought a new one. It works for what it's supposed to do, but it's not, you can't take it off the charger. You can't take it places around the house. You have to leave it on the charger. So I put in the VTech digital video baby monitor. It has 2 cameras. So one can be in here and one can be in Gray's room, and then you can switch the camera on and off. I do not want a Wi-Fi compatible camera because I'm weird about that. I just don't want people to be able to look at my children. I don't know if that's even a thing, but I just don't want it. So a baby monitor with 2 cameras that had pretty good reviews on it. So we're gonna try that one. Maybe that one will work better. I don't know. Whew, I'm running out of breath. I didn't realize I had put so many things on this Registry. And again, this is not, please go buy these things for me. We need these things. These are things that we can purchase ourselves. I just wanted it all on one consolidated list so I knew what we needed, so I could budget out what we need to get before December hits, which is pretty close. And okay, the last thing I have on the list is write and reuse baby bottle labels. So when Gresset is 8 weeks old, she will be going to the same daycare that Gray goes to. And in order for us to keep our bottles separate from any other babies there, I found these on Amazon, and they're just labels and you write on them and then you can take them on and off. Last time we took, or when we started taking Gray care and she had bottles, the bottles kept getting washed and her name kept getting washed off of them, which it was, I mean, we would keep the same bottles, but it was just difficult for our poor babysitter to keep up with. So I found these labels and I thought they would be great for her to be able to keep up with them. And I think we could put them on Gray's cups too, so that would be good for at home. It just has their name and maybe like the time that it was pumped if I put it directly or into the bottle or things like that. So you can write on the labels. They're really cool looking. So we have those on the Registry. And everything else that is a necessity we have. We have clothes, we have a crib, we have, is that all you need? We have tons of diapers left over from Gray. We kept all of our diapers in all of the sizes that she was in. So those are all stuffed in this closet that is right next to me. We have plenty of them. They will last us forever. We have the car seat, and that's pretty much all you need. So we have a couple of fun things on the registry and a couple of things that are just replacing other things, like the stroller and the baby monitor, and replacing things that I did not like the boppy lounger for the boppy, and this thing for the pillow, and the halo bassinet for the rock and play sleeper. So we're replacing those things that we had for Gray that I think these other purchases are going to work out, and I wouldn't have known that had I not had a baby prior. So I'm thankful for Gray for being our guinea pig and testing those things out so we knew what we actually needed. We had everything we needed for Gray, but obviously these are all things that you don't have to have. They just make your life a little bit easier, and they're definitely luxury items. I don't need this. It's adorable though, and I'm so thankful that I have it. Anyway, it is now 9 o'clock. Man, I filmed that fast. That was exciting. It is 9 o'clock. I can hear Graylin opening and closing her door, which means that she is not asleep. I still have to shower, and I have to wake up at 5:30 a.m. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. I hope this wasn't too all in your face and too talky for you. I hope the pictures helped you see the items that we are hopefully getting, or the items that we want at least, that are on our registry. I will link everything down below to give you some ideas. Please give me your ideas if you've had a second child and you've had something that you needed for your second but you didn't get it, and I don't have it in my midst of list of things. Subscribe if you have not already. I do go to the doctor in 2 days for my 32-week checkup, so that should be exciting. And that's all I have to say. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.